Hello everybody, this is Hank from HeyHeyHank Games, and today I have some booster box openings for you of Spirits Saga Set 2 False Gods. Now this is a new release, roughly about 2 weeks old now. I have a case that I have opened 6 boxes of so far, and I've just been enjoying it a ton, and I wanted to share it with you. I have 6 boxes left in this case. I don't know how many we're going to open in this video, but let's see how many we can get through. So, for those of you that don't know, Spirits Saga is a Bandai game. Some could say it is the Bandai game. It's the longest running current Bandai game out there in Japan. So, it's been running since about 2009, which was when the 2008 in Japan, when the original game was released. It's still going strong 15 years in Japan. It's a very big game, lots of collaborations and tie-ins, and a lot of source material to draw from. There was an anime in Japan as well that followed along with the game. So it was a major commercial success in Japan, but for the US release back in 2009, it never really picked up the same amount of steam due to poor marketing and overall management. And with Bandai's rise in the trading card game world as of late, they've decided to reboot their own original IP, Battle Spirits, as Battle Spirits Saga for the Western audiences. And I was super excited to hear about that. I played Battle Spirits back in 2009. I enjoyed it back then. I was a little sad that it never took off here. And I want to talk a bit about its current state here in the United States and in the Western audiences, and where I hope the future of the game goes, and just give you a general overview of what Battle Spirits is and why you should consider playing it or collecting it. So Battle Spirits is a game much like, say, a Magic the Gathering, or if you're into Bandai games, never played Magic. It has some one-piece elements to it, where you have life, and as you take hits, you're going to lose life. But rather than drawing cards when you lose life, you're getting resources, which help you build out your boards, and it works much more similar fashion as far as gameplay mechanics to Magic the Gathering, with some leveling aspects built into it. So the cool thing about Battle Spirits Saga is, with just 2 sets released so far, and however many sets they have in Japan currently, they have a ton of source material, and the game is very well balanced for its current state. There was just a pro tour ran in the competitive scene of this game, where the top 8 was very diverse. The first tournaments of the Set 2 meta have been very diverse as well. And they're starting to do some really interesting things that I'm hoping we'll be able to see more of as this game sort of resurges. So one thing that's very interesting with this set is a Gundam collaboration. You'll see here from some of the boxes that I've already opened, there are these super slick collectible Gundam tie-ins for some of the rarer cards in the set, and they are just gorgeous. They have unique textures and foilings. They're awesome to pull. That's a lot of fun to open, and Bandai does a really good job with card quality, as they do in all their games. There's also currently a Tamagotchi tie-in that came with the promotional pack in stores, and I want to see a lot more of this. And yeah, let's open a box and show you what these cards look like. So this game has received a lot of support from Bandai compared to other Bandai games. This game on release was announced to have $1 million tournament circuit, which it composes of worldwide $25,000 events that seed into Pro Tours, which are played for $100,000 prize pools, and those Pro Tour also seed into a World Championships, which is going to be played for a large sum of money as well. I believe it's around 300,000. It could be more than that. I would need to go and look back on their website to remember. But the game is built to be played competitively. It's a very well designed and well balanced game. They've had 15 years of source material and learnings to make sure that this game is well designed and fun to play. It is one of the most successful games in Japan and has been for 15 years. And I really think it should have more attention than it's currently garnering from Western audiences. A lot of that issues with that are due to Bandai's management and marketing here in the US. You know, in Japan they had an anime that ran alongside the game and sort of fueled its popularity over there. Whereas here we don't have that luxury, and I really hope that they figure out a way to get more people invested into this game so that we don't see this game die before it really has a chance to get its legs over here. Anyway, these boxes have a box topper, which is a Gundam themed. This is Beam Rifle, which is an alternate art Gundam themed version of a very good card from this set by the name of Thorn Prison. And you'll see here it has a main effect, which is sort of like a sorcery speed, or it can be played as instant. So this sort of functions sort of like a magic card instant, where it can be played at a sorcery speed on an empty stack, or it can be played at instant speed. In this case, during combats. And this one says, your opponent selects 2 of their refresh spirits, their untapped units, and exhausts them, which means tap them. So this is something similar to like I want to say a sleep effect without the taxing them for an additional turn. So this card looks super sweet, and it's a very strong playable card in this game, just because of the way games tend to play out, exhausting units and allowing you to push for a very large turn where you can basically kill your opponent from a high life total. This is a very good card. Alright, so let's look at some packs. So I've opened a lot of this already, so for our first few packs here, I'll go through and show you what some of the commons look like, and give you like the anatomy of the card. But after that, I think I'm just going to start going through the uncommons, show you what the rares and the foils and everything look like. So here is a card. So this is a spirit. It has a name up here, cost, and these symbols here are cost reduction. That means if you have okay, so let's start here at the bottom. This symbol down here is the core of this card's element. So for this red card, you're going to provide 1 red reduction while this card is on the field to costs of other cards that you play after it. So let's say I had another one of these on the board already and I wanted to play this one. This one would cost me 2 resources instead of 3, because I would have 1 red symbol already on the board. When you play the units, you're going to level them up by placing resources onto them, and their power in the game will correspond to the amount of resources indicated by this number that are placed onto them throughout the course of your turns. You have the ability to move your resources around on your turn to develop the strategy or that you want to play out on that particular turn, and they gain different abilities as in addition to their power based on the level that they're currently at. They also have subtypes which work for various gameplay mechanics, and all this ties together to create a ton of depth in how you have to think about how you're going to approach killing your opponent or bringing them down to 0 life total. And I've had a lot of fun with this game, and it is pretty great. So there are 5 colors currently. There's a 6th color that's going to be introduced in the 3rd set, which is blue. There's red, green, white, yellow, and red, green, white, yellow, and purple. So you're gonna see that in these cards here. It is an anime themed game, but it has a lot of fantasy and mecha themes to it. It's very interesting art style. Let me bring this one back. You'll see here this is a magic. So this game also has spells. Some of them are sorcery speed. If it only has a main ability, then that's meant to be played at a sorcery speed. However, if it has flash, that can be played during combats, either before blockers are declared or after they're declared. And they have various powerful effects that can stop your opponent from trying to beat you. See, there's various different styles of art here that we're seeing already. Just got through some uncommons. We'll leave those there. Throw the rest back into the box. So every pack has, not every pack has a rare, but every pack has a foil. And there's roughly 6 X rare hits per box, as well as 1 alternate art or collaboration rare for the set, which in this case are the Gundam collaboration. So this one here is a foil common, Sacred Breeze Jahi. And then each pack also comes with a token relevant to the set, which on the back side is also a core, which is the main resource for the game. So when you're playing the game, you'll have units out and you'll place your cores from your resource area to pay for their cost, but then also to put cores onto them to level them up and activate their abilities. Alright. So I have enjoyed the turn that this set has made for this game. I think it's introduced sort of a mid-range and combo element to the game that wasn't necessarily strong in the first set. I would like to see that developed upon further with the next set, which I'm sure it will be. I am currently looking at playing a white deck, which is, as you'll see here, is mecha and machine themed. You'll see here when this one's summoned, if it's level 1 or 2, it creates a mecha token. So these mecha tokens basically give you extra bodies on board, and those mecha tokens also have symbols, so they also serve to reduce the cost of cards that you play. So they're both ramping you while developing your board state, which is very unique. This game's mechanics are very different compared to a lot of the games I've played. It adds another element that you have to think about, because as you're attacking your opponent, you're giving them more resources. As you if you don't start clearing your opponent's board, you're allowing them both to have more offensive power while also developing their ability to play big backbreaking cards. So you need to actively manage your opponent's board while not overextending too far yourself, because if you do and you leave yourself relatively defenseless, they could have something that exhausts your units and then kill you out of nowhere in one turn. There's a lot of thinking that has to go on and timing to figure out when's the best time to go for the win. And I just think it's very deep, and there's games that you could try to compare to, but really the uniqueness of the mechanics it is unique. This is Ant-Man General. This is one of the better cards in the set. It's a rare. For 3 costs, 2 reduction, so potentially a 1 cost unit with 1 core for level 1. So using 2 resources, you could put him onto the board and summon a second unit, which will then give you another symbol to further reduce the cost of your other units. My idea, I want to play white-green, where I'm using very particular mechas, which allow me to get extra attacks by bouncing the tokens that I create with my green cards, and basically amass like 5 to 8 tokens and use a card, a mecha card. I forget the full name. I think it's Trickster God Loki or something along those lines, where every time he attacks, I can bounce one of my tokens, effectively destroying it, to restand him and attack again. So basically just try to attack with a token, see if it gets blocked, then just attack with a different token. If it doesn't, then hit life, attack with Loki, bounce the token that I swung with, and then attack with Loki again. Just try to get as many attacks as possible and overwhelm my opponent with sheer strength of number of attacks. So that's like one sort of strategy that you'll come across in this game. Whereas there's other strategies where they're completely control based, and others that are like aggressive OTKs where you make all of your units unblockable by setting up the correct units on board. It's just a lot of variety and strategies you could use to win. So this is a foil rare, Meteor Emperor Siegworm. He is a Star Dragon, one of the main themes for the first 2 sets so far. I'm really interested in playing Star Dragons. Dragons are just really cool. Let's go a bit faster. Arcana Joker. It's one of the better cards in the set, and it's at uncommon. One thing you'll notice is like rares and uncommons, even commons, can have some of the strongest cards in this game. It's kind of crazy how generous they are with the strength of the cards they have at these lower rarity slots. There's another foil rare there. Lion Machine God Superbia. It's a Void Lord and a Machine Beast. So Void Lords are like these major lords of the different elements. This one is one of the ones for white. Alright. So this is an XR. Daimyo Beast Yaiba no Kami. So this is like a super rare if you were looking at Digimon or One Piece equivalent. These ones are textured. They're very nice. They all have like a unique sort of texturing and foiling. They're very nice quality cards. This is a new archetype introduced to the game with green in this set. The Blade Beasts. I'm very interested in getting to play those as well, as the large cash events come my way. Until then, I'll be playing with my play group locally. Some of the friends who have also jumped into this game with me. Alright, get a foil common there. So in this game, there are a few rarities above XR, like the card we just pulled. Those are alternate art rarities. So we have the SPRs, which are normal alternate arts. Then we have collaboration rares. And then we have a saga. So a saga is a case hit. So you should get 1 per case, and that is what I am looking for currently. I would really like to get the Phoenix case rare out of this set. I think that's what we'll do. We'll probably open this up until we hit that case rare, and then I'll open the rest off camera. This is all for my personal collection, cards I'm going to be using to play the game. Some of them might go online, but not likely. Well, some of them maybe. I got a divvy this up and split it between the people that are going to be playing the game with me, so that we can test all the different decks and figure out which one is the best one to take to upcoming events. This is Floating Grave White Whale XR with that like swirling vortex foiling. Super sweet in person. If I can get all that, but it's like a really complex texture. Put those there. So I have a ton of these the commons already, but I do need some of the uncommons and foils. This is Hunger Tree. I need more of these. There's one of those Machine Beasts, Merged Mech Lord Mammoth Aegis. This guy's a really good control card. This is actually my fourth one. I'll complete my playset. Currently, boxes for this game are very cheap, so if you are interested in the game after seeing this video, go and check it out. They're hovering around $40 right now. The reason for that is I think a lot of panic. I think a lot of these smaller regional areas, due to the lack of promotion on the game, are panicking and trying to get rid of the stock that they've pre-ordered. Because the way Bandai does its orders is usually the first couple sets of the game you're sort of ordering blind with Bandai. So you don't know what kind of hype the game's going to have, but Bandai as of late has had a really good track record on generating hype for games, but a lot of that is due to the IPs that they've had for those rare skins. Ooh, a foil Arcana Joker. Nice. I need one more of these to finish my set. This might be the best card on the set. Uncommon. Anyway, so you know, like Digimon, One Piece, Union Arena, the game coming out with all the other anime IPs is probably going to do very well as well, because they're working off of titles that are well known to Western audiences already. Battle Spirits doesn't have that same name power, so they use these collaborations to try to draw in new player bases. But with set 1 not having that collaboration, it hasn't really grown at the rate that a lot of these stores have ordered for, anticipating that that it would just take off immediately. And so, because they haven't been able to develop that player base, nice foil Photon Dragon, because they haven't been able to develop that player base, they're panicking and fire sailing their boxes. In the short term, it's going to be bad for the game, but Bandai is going to put a lot of effort into making this game successful in the Western world. I guess that's kind of antiquated term, but you know what I mean. This is their own IP. This is their own unique IP. They've already made it a success in Japan, and they want to see that same success here in the US. It being their own IP, they have full control over what they can and can't do with the characters and the licenses and sets, and it opens them up to being able to bring in all sorts of unique collaborations. So this is something that they want to succeed, and this is something that they need to succeed overall, and they're showing it with listening to community feedback so far with the game's launch, and I think that it will make a turnaround. I'm hopeful that it will make a turnaround. They're putting big prize pools for this game. You know, $1 million at launch is crazy, and so far, it's going really well. I'll be playing the 25K when it comes to my area. I know they have one going on in Great Britain over the weekend, as well as one in Oklahoma next weekend, which seed into a Pro Tour. Ooh, there we go. Another X Rare. This is my third one. I need one more after this. Dragno King. Sweet. And I think the prize pool tournament circuit is a good starting point, but once they figure out a way to regain the trust of some of these stores and find ways to bring people into their local game shops to play the game, to market it out to the masses a bit better, I could definitely see them pulling this game back around. And it wouldn't be a unique case, you know, in the history of card games. Ooh, there we go. This is an SPR. This is probably the best SPR you could hit in this set. This is Dark Knight Lamorak. It's a purple card. It says, when destroyed, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove one of its cores, and place it into the reserved. So when it's destroyed, it can remove a core from one of their spirits. If a unit has no more cores on it, it's destroyed because it fails to meet the conditions for its level requirement, unless it has the level requirement of 0 cores, but that's very rare. But the really good effect here is its level 2 and 3 effect. During your turn, the first time one of your purple spirits is destroyed each turn, return that spirit card from your trash to your hand. So he just loops like your purple spirits nonstop. It's really good. This guy's a 4-of in purple decks. It'll probably be a staple for a long time to come. This is a super sweet SPR. Awesome. That's what I wanted to see. Anyway, I think this game has the ability to rebound. We've seen it happen with other popular games. I mean, just look at what, a year or two ago with Flesh and Blood. They had the major fiasco with the release of Monarch, which threatened the health and future of the game, and they've been able to bounce back, and they're growing at a rate like that they haven't seen before. So it's definitely possible for games to come back from a slow start. And really, I don't think that it has been that slow start. Back-to-back hits. 10 Sword Saint Starblade Dragon. This is my third one now. I need one more to complete that set. Build the Star Dragon deck. Sweet. I don't think it really has had that slow of a start. It has consistent players going to these large events. There are strong pockets built up for the game. I mean, this game is only 3 months old. I mean, it's not out of the gate super strong like One Piece was, but I mean, One Piece is arguably the biggest anime in the world. It was going to have millions of players just off the name, even if it was a terrible game. So you can't really compare it to these other Bandai IPs. I think it has the ability to grow organically still, and I think Bandai is going to try to figure out a way to make that growth happen. So hopefully I cast off some of the doom and gloom surrounding the game currently. Going up towards the end of the first box. To do that. There we go. The Meteor Emperor. Ooh, foil Meteor at Impact Zone. This is a really good card. Glad to pull a foil on that. Yeah. Let's finish strong on this one. I got a foil on this one. Born Prison. Ooh, Void Emperor. This is an XR Void Lord. Very good one. It's high cost, but with purple, it's a control strategy. They usually go to the long game, so it's not hard to get to that point. So that's a good card to hit. Very playable in a purple deck in low numbers. Ooh, Lamorak, the regular version. Winning. It's very nice and foil. Awesome. I actually have 3 foils now and the SPR. So I can play out my purple deck a bit. Lamorak there. Just grabbed way too many there. Got Young Warrior, foil, the last XR in the box. Air Brigade, Captain Raphael. I like the texture on this. You got the sunbeam back there on the texture foil. And the foils in this game are just amazing. Even for like your SR equivalent, like none of the other Bandai games have this premium feel to them like this to this extent. This is something you would expect out of alternate art in any of Bandai's other games. And you just get it on the base rare. Like, you look at the alternate arts and they're just taken up a notch. Got full art. This is like a... yeah, this is sweet. Alright, let's do another box. We can get a couple in this video. Be mindful, you get one of those in every box. Yeah, so I am optimistic for the future of this game, even if the present looks bleaker than it may actually be. Reanimate, this is maybe like the third best card in the set, I'd argue. Maybe fourth. It just combos really well with the really good purple support we have in the set, and also from set 1 being one of the stronger colors there. Well, and here we go. Got a foil rare. This is another Red Void Lord, Ancient Dragon, Rage Dragon, Emperor Ira. This one's a little bit costly, but it's a cool card. Oh, I'd like to get another SPR Lamorak in this box. Get our Saga rare. I'll get a foil. Means I missed commons again. Ooh, we got the Saga rare. There we go. Let's get some good focus on this. This is the Eternal Phoenix Tokiwa. Get that. You got the sunbeam effect, you got the moon, the sun there with its own like radial effect. All the little sections of wing and highlights have that texture. It's like a stitch etched like in the back of the text box. This card is awesome. So this is the case hit. You see right there, Saga underneath the symbol. Sweet. Let's get that on the sleeve. So foil giant wood castle cube. That's a good foil. It's a good foil to have. Let's go. We got XR, Armor Tree Deity, Eric Dinas. This video is probably getting a little long, so I think we probably will stop it after this box. Maybe I'll do another for the other boxes in the case. I just really wanted to talk about this game. I enjoy it a lot. I feel like it needs more coverage than it currently has. It's a great game, great rules, great balance, a big company behind it. There's no reason it shouldn't succeed. It has all the elements to it. I think maybe it was over-ordered for the marketing that it had behind it initially, and because of that, like I said, there's some panic selling from a lot of the local stores who haven't been able to develop a player base at the same rate they expect from, you know, Digimon as the first game, one of the first game releases coming out of the pandemic, and One Piece, which is just, it's One Piece. I mean, it's probably the biggest anime IP game since Naruto, I'd say. And Naruto was huge too. Eternal Phoenix Tokiwa. That is the regular XR version of the Saga. See those next to each other here. Saga Rare. It's a beautiful card. Through the rest of this here. Uncommons. Ripper Princess Azalea. That's a nice foil. Did I miss something? Got the dogs barking in the background. They don't like to be quiet. Alright. Another Ripper Princess Azalea foil. Speed it up here. Try to get through this one. Another Rage Dragon foil. Get some place out on those foils now. Let's get to the back. Uncommons, another Arcana Joker. Foil, Arcana Princess, and that's not a bad hit. I like games that give you a foil in every pack. Especially in a game like this that has just really good uncommons and commons. I love games where I could have like a fully foil deck. It's like one of my... That's like... I love playing with foil cards. Sucker. It's a foil. Great Decimons. Back. Worker Ant-Man. Good foil. There's Trickster Machine God Loki. It's the card I was talking about earlier. This is the one I'm going to build my competitive deck around. Sweet card. That radiating textured foil on it. I don't know if it picks up on camera, but it's really nice in person. Especially with the white background. Looks like metal. Fortress, Cuba Code. The ants straight back. Ants are really good in this game. Foil Scout Crondale. Let's go. Comments. It's another foil worker Ant-Man. And an XR Daimyo Beast. Foil Dinosaur. Got Crondale, Foil Capybara, and this has been we got a couple boxes here in this video. We got probably the two best hits in terms of alternate arts we could have gotten. It's been really sweet. I think me filming videos for this channel is just good luck for me, considering how good I made it out on my sorcery boxes. Speaking of which, I will be doing one more sorcery box. I did manage to pick one up in a trade, and I'm excited for that. Common. Fallen Angel Sadia. Foil Gigasha. Nice. I think it's a playset on the foils for that right now. Sorry about that. Camera cut out. We're on the last pack here. Let's finish this up strong. We got a foil flame crystal. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. We got a large stack of good stuff here. We pulled a bunch of XRs. I think we probably got one of each XR on the set. Some really good foils. And two really good alternate arts. It's been a lot of fun doing this video for you guys. Let me know what you think about Battle Spirits in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll be back with more box openings and a few deck techs for the various games I play coming up in the future. Take care, everyone.